President Trump is talking UFC at the White House. You heard that right. The president himself is considering bringing the Ultimate Fighting Championship to the nation's capital. We've got the inside scoop on what this could mean for the sport and politics. Then, hold on to your hats, because Nate Diaz is officially bailing on the UFC to fight Mike Perry on a massive Netflix card. This isn't just any fight, it's a major move that could shake up the entire MMA landscape. We're breaking down all the details. But the UFC news doesn't stop there. Alex Pereira has revealed he's signed a brand new, lucrative contract with the UFC, and he's got nothing but praise for how they treated him. Find out what this means for his future and the light heavyweight division. And finally, a surprising reconciliation. Dominick Cruz is seemingly burying the hatchet with referee Keith Peterson after years of controversy. Can these two finally move past their UFC 249 showdown? All that and more is coming up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
President Trump is eyeing a UFC event at the White House. This unexpected development surfaced during discussions about the Kennedy Center, hinting at a potential fusion of sports and high-level politics. Could the octagon soon be set up on the South Lawn? We're diving into the details of President Trump's interest in hosting a UFC event, exploring what this could mean for the sport's visibility and its relationship with the White House. It's a story that blends presidential affairs with the raw energy of mixed martial arts. Supporters are buzzing about the potential prestige and mainstream appeal a White House event could bring, while analysts are weighing the political implications of such a partnership. The community is eager to see if this high-profile idea will move from discussion to reality. Will we see fighters squaring off on hallowed ground? Stay tuned for more on this developing story. Next, a massive shift in the MMA world as Nate Diaz takes his talents elsewhere. Nate Diaz is leaving the UFC for a major Netflix card. In a move that has stunned the MMA world, Nate Diaz, one of the sport's most electrifying personalities, is set to return to the cage not under the UFC banner, but for a monumental event promoted by MVP, headed by Jake Paul. This isn't just any fight. Diaz will face fellow former UFC welterweight Mike Perry on May 16th in Inglewood, California. The card is already making waves, headlined by the return of Ronda Rousey against Gina Carano, a massive coup that highlights MVP's growing influence. Diaz, known for his BMF persona and thrilling performances, expressed his excitement, stating, "Glad to be back in action. It's time. I've got plans on doing a lot more in the next 10 years, no matter where it is. Time to set the bar again, so get ready for a new takeover again and again until the end of time." This marks a significant departure for Diaz, who has a storied history with the UFC, including his legendary bouts against Conor McGregor and a recent win over Tony Ferguson. Fans are going wild over Diaz's move, discussing the implications for his career and the broader MMA landscape. Many are eager to see Diaz and Perry, both known for their aggressive styles, go head-to-head in what promises to be a brutal welterweight showdown. The involvement of Jake Paul's MVP promotions and Netflix adds another layer of intrigue, suggesting a new era for major combat sports events outside the traditional UFC structure. This is a game-changer for MMA free agency. But the UFC isn't done making headlines as a champion gets a massive new deal. Alex Pereira lands a new, lucrative UFC contract. Fresh off relinquishing his light heavyweight title, Alex Pereira has revealed he signed an extension with the UFC, and he's thrilled with the terms. Pereira, who is set to face Ciryl Gane for an interim heavyweight title on June 14th, stated he's really happy with the new deal, thanking Mick, Hunter, and Dana White for taking really good care of him. This new 8-fight contract reportedly addresses previous contract disputes that had led to public friction. Pereira's decision to sign comes after a period of negotiation that saw him publicly express dissatisfaction, even tweeting about retirement, which he later admitted was a tactic to gain leverage. The promotion's willingness to significantly improve his contract demonstrates his value as a top-tier star, especially with his star power and exciting fighting style. His upcoming bout against Gane for interim gold further solidifies his position at the top of the heavyweight division. The MMA community is reacting positively to the news, seeing it as a win for both Pereira and the UFC. Fans are excited about his continued presence in the promotion and the upcoming clash with Gane, anticipating another high-stakes, action-packed fight from the former light heavyweight champion. This new deal ensures Pereira remains a major draw in one of the UFC's most exciting divisions. With a champion secured, the UFC is also seeing old rivalries potentially put to bed. Next, a former champ settles a long-standing beef. Dominick Cruz ends his feud with referee Keith Peterson. After years of public criticism stemming from a controversial stoppage at UFC 249, former UFC bantamweight champion Dominick Cruz appears to have resolved his issues with veteran referee Keith Peterson. The two were seen sharing a cordial moment cageside at UFC Vegas 114, suggesting a significant thawing of their long-standing animosity. Cruz, who retired from fighting last year and is now a prominent UFC analyst, has often cited the said judo fight stoppage as a point of contention. Cruz's podcast, Love and War, has featured interviews with many notable figures in MMA, and he openly invited Peterson to appear on the show to discuss the controversial UFC 249 TKO loss. This public reconciliation, captured in an Instagram post by Cruz, hints at a potential future appearance by Peterson on Cruz's platform, offering a chance for him to explain his perspective on the infamous stoppage. Fans are intrigued by this unexpected truce, with many recalling the heated exchanges and Cruz's persistent critiques. The possibility of Peterson joining Cruz's podcast has generated considerable buzz, as it could offer unprecedented insight into one of the sport's most debated officiating moments. It's a surprising end to a years-long saga, showcasing a mature approach to past conflicts. From presidential plans to settling scores, it's been a wild ride in the world of MMA. Stick around for our lightning round recap. What a show! President Trump might bring UFC to the White House. Nate Diaz is fighting on Netflix with Jake Paul's MVP. Alex Pereira signed a massive new UFC deal, and Dominick Cruz is finally at peace with referee Keith Peterson. Don't miss a single moment of the action, like this video, subscribe to news, and ring that notification bell for all the latest updates. Comment below with your thoughts on today's top stories, and follow us on all social media platforms for behind-the-scenes content.